Sorry about that, everyone. My doctor's office called me and I had to get the phone. Alright, so I am back. Should have just paused instead of stopping it, but you know, people mess up. It's normal in life. So here we go, riding again. Now I got this hill to climb, which I should be in first, and I am. And I missed the mirror. I can't see. There we go. The new bike I'm buying has totally different steering. And it's direct, just like this bike. I hate indirect steering because you don't have as much control. Maybe, should I go? Nah, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go down the loop today. I might. Just a little farther ride. So I have to take a left here, then get to Minor, take a right, and take another right and ride down the lake. Then I have to come back through this way and go back down that way. Because I'm not doing that great big hill. I'm going to pull over here for a minute. Take a break. It's 2.7 miles so far. Stop sign. Stop. I'm not going left and going right. So. Got Easter coming up, my son's birthday, my daughter's birthday. my granddaughter's birthday at some point here. My other granddaughter's born on my birthday, so it was a hell of a birthday present. The best. Yeah, sit here and chill. This nuclear plant here sends power to Canada, and it all goes into one, tied into one big grid and gets sent back to us. One reactor sends power to Canada. Sends a lot of power. The biggest one sends power to Canada. The two smaller ones, no. I can show you the lines that go to Canada. I can tell you exactly where the lines go. My grandfather sold his house to Niagara Mohawk back when they were putting the power plants in because they needed to go through over his house. So he sold the property to him, and which I thought was pretty cool. And he moved his house up the road probably about a mile and a half. They put wheels under it and pulled it with a tow truck. Back in '88, I think it was. Yep, remember helping build his basement when I was a kid. There's pictures of it and stuff, which is pretty cool. I love it. You got little me standing there, watching them, looking at the state troopers blocking the road off. I got up on top of the house, lifting the power line so he could get under it. He had a stick lifting the lines. That was Bay Hemming doing that. He was a German electrician. At least I stop for stop signs, not slow down for them. Oh, I slow down for him because you have to stop. But the other side over there don't have a stop sign. They just circle right around and go. Usually, every time I come up this way, I always come over here. Then I just go straight across so I can see cars that way, and that way, off three sides. Yep. The nuclear power plant takes about 900 acres. They don't use the whole 900. They only use about 60. But the rest of the 900 is all woods. As you can see, it's all woods. Animals love it there because you can't hunt, which I'd like to. I hunt once in a while, but you know, animals need their refuge. A lot of open lands are being taken up by solar panels. Those are probably their own properties though, so if they want to put solar panels on, go right ahead. You know, a lot of the land's not farmed and stuff is just wide open. One guy who let them do it used to farm his land. His wife died. He said he just gave up. He's like, hell with it, you know. So he stopped farming about 4 years ago. He used to do pumpkins and corn and all that stuff. Or he used to make a killing. Now he just has a little tiny field that does his pumpkins on because you know he didn't need a great big field for gardening, you know, for his farm. They upped our national grid rates, which is bull crap. Now, if I zone my property as commercial, my electricity rates will go down because commercial properties pay less, which is weird. That's how they did it. The people should pay less, commercial should be paying a little bit more because of commercial property, but that's not how it goes. I found that out when I bought a hotel a few years ago. Like 14 years ago, I bought a hotel. Actually, it was like 15 years ago. I bought a hotel, and my home electricity was higher than electricity would have been for the hotel. The power for the hotel was only $450 a month. My home electricity was about $600 to $700 a month. And that was 14 rooms and everything. With a bar, with walk-in coolers and stuff. $450 a month. Where's that cloud? Oh, it's a nuclear plant cloud coming right over my head. Well, I was like, where's that cloud coming from? It's just steam from the nuke plant over my head. Getting the little drizzles. Let me tell you something. That feels good in the summertime. So you get little drizzles from the steam coming from the nuclear plant. That's clean steam. There's nothing radioactive about it. That's in both reactors. One that goes to Canada and the other one goes to Syracuse and all that. They split off in clay behind the mall, behind Great Northern Mall. So it goes all over. Yep, power goes all over the place. From these 3 nuclear reactors. The one's dedicated to Canada though. Then they ship it back to us. They add it to the grid, send it back. Goes to Ontario. Actually, I think it's 2 reactors to go up that way. Because we got lines here that go toward Canada. That's toward Canada, and there's the bigger lines. These are the lines from Fitzpatrick. But these might be the lines coming into Fitzpatrick, I'm not sure. My grandpa's not alive no more for him to explain it to me. I never really did research on these lines up here. But they head toward Fitzpatrick. I'm pretty sure these are Fitzpatrick lines coming out. That's the small one. That's the oldest one. Fitzpatrick was built in 1978. So That's when they wanted to close down for the longest time here in New York. Fitzy. But my grandfather built the reactor for that one. Actually, all 3 reactors he built. He worked for General Electric at the time. And that's what he did. Went around the country building nuclear power plants. In other countries too. If they're General Electric, most likely my grandfather built them. He retired in the 80s. Right after this one was done, he retired. The last one was put online in 1988. Right after that, he retired. I think it was about 86 he moved his house. Because my parents bought their property, the next property over for him in 88. Yeah, so we were around 86. Because they ran over my parents' property too. But not over the house, it was the other part. The open field. Half-hour riding, not bad. Yep, these lines go to Canada too. That's right. They're right. They run side by side. Up past my buddy's house. That's right. Because you can see them crossing Route 3. Up past Watertown. Same with the big lines. So there's 2 nuclear power plants in southern part of Canada. You can follow them on Google Maps. They're right up to Ontario. I said my folder, I showed you where they cross over and go on the 16 lines going up to Canada instead of 8. And there's no booster on the way. I know where they connect. They go into 16 lines instead of 8. The lines here that I'm going to be going under soon go to Canada. The little lines there, that's from Fitzpatrick nuclear power plant. Those ones here that you see on your screen are from Fitzpatrick. Going to Canada. See, 9 Mile Point Nuclear Station is not really mentioned at all anywhere. Canadians are like, oh, we're going to shut power down in New York and all that. See, we supply power to Canada. Go on. We supply power to Canada too. There's a tower. Those lines that I'm right next to go to Canada. That's just those ones. We'll take you to the bigger lines here. And these ones also go to Canada, the bigger lines. That's from 9 Mile 1, pretty sure, or 9 Mile 2. I think 9 Mile 2 is the biggest one. So that'd be 9 Mile 2 they're going to. Show you those lines. I could have cut through, but that had a huge hill out over on Lakeview Road. Climb actually two hills, 2 big hills. Then I'm gonna do big hills right now. I'm about a mile away from the lines, around there, so we'll keep it interesting on this ride. This is something New Yorkers don't understand about the power generation in the United States. We do send power to Canada. And it goes to a bigger grid from there. Then gets sent back down to the U.S. It goes to the upper Midwest states and here to New York. They're building another line that goes from Canada direct to New York City. That's why they wanted to build another nuclear reactor up here, so we can send more power to Canada to send back to New York City. Imports and exports, people, that's the way it works. Now if we cut the power here, instead of exporting and then re-import it and charging tariffs and stuff, we could just keep it here and our power bills do low. But no. Nope, can't do that. It's called trade. We trade some of our power for some of their power. There's a few nuclear generation stations on Lake Ontario in New York. What is it, 3 of them? You got 3 out here, 1 toward Rochester, and there's a couple more. No, there's 4. You got these 3 and another one in Rochester, ran by Exilium. Heading toward Rochester, the power of Rochester and all that. It's a really small one, just a training center. So, then they got a training center here too. Shutdown will be soon to refuel. I think it's this year. Either this year or next year. Half my wife's family does it. They work during a refueling process. They pay good money to do it. My cousin was an idiot. He blew a job there because he's a moron. Good pay, and he screwed up. Not safety stuff or anything. You know, he has problems that bit him in the ass from his past. So, they couldn't shake. There's really so much you can do for somebody to help them out with a situation, but they screw themselves up, you know? You really help somebody so much. When I was a kid, man, since that you were freaking 12, I was working. I didn't ask my mom and dad for nothing. Bought my own school clothes. Bought my own food. Did what I needed to do. 12 years old, I was making $235 a week. Food was cheap then too. Did my own thing. I didn't have to, but I did. The old fire barn. It's probably going now. That's been barely any people lived here in the town. Well, they live here still. They decided to consolidate fire department. So they did that. I was sweating. This is better. A little bit of cold breeze when you start to sweat a little bit. It's great. Not too much. Just right. Taking the other lines right now, going to Canada. I wanted to get a GoPro or something like it, so I got a body thing and I got a helmet mount for one, but I don't have the camera, so that's the next thing I'm buying. GoPro, so you guys can see what I'm seeing when I turn my head. Then I have to put my computer and all that crap. My phone uploads stuff there to my computer, so I can save that. Usually. Haven't done it in a while, but usually it takes longer. Well, yeah, I had to get around before. Now I'm running that my back a second on my internet. Spectrum. $200 a month. Pretty crazy. If I'm doing something on the PC, I like it to be quick. Ooh, cows. Want to see calves? Look at, there they are. A few calves there. Looks like there's about 4. Beautiful, aren't they? Huh. Got 3 calves over here. These guys are smart. They're going right to the source of food. Look at that. Right to the source. Aw. Aw. That was beautiful, aren't they? Those are the cows. The bulls go on this side over here. They're all gone though. But got a new roof on his house. Nice. My roof's about 10 years old, but that forever for a new roof. A little bit of work to do on my house. If you guys want to, I'll record that too. Need no work in my house, remodel. I did construction for many years. I freaking hated it. Because once you do it for so long, you don't want to do it no more. I feel like frig that shit. Roofing, I never really did. Well, I did do it, but I don't like heights. So, my wife wants the house repainted. I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll rent a boom lift from a company and get the house painted that way. Bring my paint right up with me and everything. I'll lift the ladder. Put over the boom lift around. Lift myself right up with it. And be good to go. About $300 a day. So one day I get all my house done. There is no scraping, I'm just gonna paint. It's got those asbestos shingles on it. Eventually I'm gonna do siding. I can't tear the shingles off because I used to be licensed for asbestos removal. So it used to be, never used to be like that. It used to be the homeowner can remove the shingles. The homeowner still can't remove the shingles and throw them in the garbage. But the thing is, if you've ever been licensed for it now, you can't do that. It's another way the government to put it in your butt. So now, since I was licensed, I can remove the shingles and put the insulation up and do my siding. So now I'd have to have a company come out and do it. The proper disposal of it. You know where proper disposal of it goes? Right to the dump. Now see, power lines up here is power going to the plant. You got power going out, power going in. These ones are power going in. Because, you know, there's smaller lines than the previous ones. These are power going in. These don't take much power. I'm going under up here in a second. You can see the pole. This is the power going in. Here, hold on. Let me show you. The lines here is power going into the plant. So, the power going to Canada here. That's power going into the plant from over in Cicero. So the power comes back to here from Cicero, which is cool. Now, the power I'm showing you here in about 10 minutes, maybe. It's going to Canada. So we got 2 power plants going to Canada. And the one goes to Cicero, and then there's Scythe. Well, it used to be Scythe. That goes to the same place as Cicero. Then the power in Oswego from the oil generating station goes to Cicero. So there's 4 lines that go to Cicero, and there's another one, then there's 2 more. Another one that goes from Oswego. So there's 2 plants in Oswego that go to Cicero. You got your hydro plant in Oswego, and you got your oil burning electric plant in Oswego. They go to Cicero. Then the Fulton, or Monello, you got another hydro plant connects to those lines and goes to Cicero. A lot of people don't know where the power comes from. They just let it put the light on, and there it is. I got a 200 amp service in my house. So if I want an electric car, I can get myself an electric car and put a power plant and stuff for it. Because they had a 200 amp service. I get charged right from 220 out back my house. Right now the breaker shut off because it's from my generator. So if I want to charge the car, I have to flip the breaker. So I go downstairs, turn the main on, right? Then I have to go into the box because it's on that shut off. So I have to go in the box, unplug everything. Then I turn the breaker on. Then I can charge the car with 220. But right now it's stuck from my generator, which has an automatic kickoff. So if the generator's still running, the power comes on, it shuts that breaker up to the generator to kick out for safety. You have to have it. Well, you guys shut the main off anyway and kick the generator on. That way there's double safety there. But it automatically kicks the breaker off in the box with the generator. But I don't like that, so I shut the main off anyway at the box. But that's just there for backup. Just in case my wife's home alone, power goes out, she don't have to do nothing. Automatically does it, but me, I like to take double precautions. Power goes out, I go down, shut the main off. Make sure the main's off in the box too. Then I start the generator. I have this little push start generator so it'll automatically kick on. Because I check everything before it kicks on. Before I turn it on. That way it's safety first. Care about alignment, you know. Make sure everything's off that's supposed to be off so it don't backsurge electricity. You know, I had the safety precautions in place, but still, shit fucks up sometimes. Nothing's 100% guaranteed. I don't trust machines. Yeah, we're coming up to the power lines now. Show you ones that go up to Canada. These lines go over 29, over 104, and from 104 they go down a little bit. They go across 106 and all that. After that, then they change over to, no, they veer off at 104, don't they? I'm trying to think, because I rode them before. I know County Report you can't get to the lines from there. Because some of the ones under the lines, they got blocked off and everything. So. Yeah, we can get the lines now coming from the power plant. The power is that. They go up to Canada. This is Fitzpatrick line 2. So we got the 2 big ones. And they got Fitzpatrick, which would be 9 mile point nuclear generating station. So I'll show you this line. Alright, so you got the 2 over there, right? Those go to Cicero. The other one over there goes to Cicero. This one here goes up to Canada from Fitzpatrick. So you got 2 lines from Fitzpatrick to go to Canada. And the little line over there that goes out to like Oswego and stuff, that little line there goes out to Oswego. The other one, no, that's the line coming in for this part, for these 2 power plants, that's right. These 3, you got one that runs to the south, 9 mile 1, 9 mile 2 at Fitzpatrick. So that's how that goes, which is pretty cool. Which I don't mind power going to Canada. No, it all equals out. It all goes in the same grid. But pretty soon they're going to run a line from Canada straight to New York City. And that's billions of dollars. But you know, everybody's like, oh, lines here part of New York City. No, not really. No, they don't. You gotta remember, we got cities in between New York City. We got Syracuse, Cicero, Liverpool, all that. There. You probably see a nuclear plant right here. Let's see. You should be able to see them from here. Or right out here. You got them right there, nuclear plants. You got 9 mile 1, 9 mile 2 at Fitzpatrick you can't see because it's on the other side of the tower. On the other side of the cooling tower. But those 2 right there are the ones that use the cooling tower. Fitzpatrick don't use the cooling tower because it's a small one. It uses water from the lake. It recirculates the water into the lake. Takes from and puts back. So, yeah. And there is no swimming over there. I would have showed you the inlet and outlet if I could have got down there today. I could have showed you where they are. They're about a mile out from shore. The outlet is further inshore. It's really about, I'd say about a quarter mile out. The outlet is, but the inlet's about a mile out. So. I remember that. Well, I didn't remember that being done. That's my grandfather was working there and everything. I was born in '77. That thing took a while to build. I don't remember any of that at all. So I was too young. It went online in 1978 to 79. But it was a 10, 15-year project because they were behind. So. They're behind on that one. You know, shit happens. There's so many safety precautions in that plant. It's unfreaking believable. I gotta do my coat here a little bit. Starting to sweat. I got a thermal on, and my winter jacket. And if you don't want to sweat, that's how you get sick. Porcupine skeleton. Oh, my wife's calling. Yeah, wife's calling. I'm not home. Yeah, my wife's calling. She's probably on her way home with groceries. So I'm gonna be riding my butt home right now. I'm about 10 minutes away from home. So I was going for a bike ride. If you don't listen, she called me. Oops, brakes were on. I was wondering, why was it so hard to pedal? Take the brakes off, dude. Dumbass. Oh, my wife called, so I'm on my way home. She got groceries. She doesn't realize how far from home I am right now. I'm not riding that fast. I'm just taking my time. I'm not in a big hurry. She got groceries for me to carry. It's the thing. She goes grocery shopping, I carry the damn things in. She's went to the store to get them, so do my part around that. Oops, I forgot to start the dishwasher. Yeah, we got to start doing dishes by hand, so being a good husband I am, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy a dishwasher. I didn't tell her it showed up, and she freaking got excited. Did all the plumbing, hooked it all up in. I had to rebuild my kitchen countertop and everything. Put a new sink in. Did all that just so I could have a dishwasher. I built the countertop and stuff first because she didn't know my plans. And I put all the plumbing in that connects in the pipes for the dishwasher. And all the lines in that connect the dishwasher. But she didn't know what I was doing. Dad bought a dishwasher. Makes our lives a little easier. Because if I'm doing dishes, standing over the sink, my back starts to hurt. So does hers. So. She's 34. I'm a little older by about 13 years. So. Well, we've been married since 2017. They got together in 2011 and she was 20. I think I was 32 or 33 when I met her. It was like love at first sight. Great woman. She's down to earth. Nice and lovable. She has her moments. You know, every woman does. You know. Every woman has her moments. I don't argue with her. I don't want her to shut the fuck up. I rarely ever get mad at her. There has to be a good reason for me to get mad at her, and usually there isn't. Right now I'm mad at myself because I'm not home to get them groceries. My thing is, I don't want to be late for my kids to get home. That's my thing. It's hot out. Oh, because I'm pedaling. My mail lady. Yep. So this is mine going in for Fitzpatrick. The little lines are going in for 1 and 2. Then you got the 4 big lines. And one of those go to Canada. From Fitzpatrick. Then there's ones that split up here that are smaller lines go up north. If I remember correctly, those go up near Love Canal and shit. They don't go to Canada. They go up near Niagara Falls. But they don't go over Canada. Over to Canada. The bigger ones do. The big one does. That goes to Canada. They call it 9 Mile Point Generating Station. Which is true. Very first one. Then they got approval for the other 2. They try to get approval for 1 more, but everybody around here says no, because they got to be voted in to the town, and from there it goes, you know, Senate and all that stuff. Because the town votes on everything. Shit, you gotta get permission. Oh yes, I know, honey. You gotta get permission to even build anything around here. If I was doing your property's commercial, you gotta fucking ask. You gotta get signatures of all your neighbors. So, if I wanted to zone my private commercial, I gotta get permission from all my neighbors. If I can do it. My wife is home, I think. I told her I was going for a bike ride. I've only been riding the bike for an hour. It took me a good 45 minutes to get ready. Had to readjust my shoes. The locks on the bottom of them. Readjust all this, readjust that, make sure everything was hooked up correctly. Make sure I brought my power cord, my little computer. I did 5.8 miles right now. I can pedal all day long. I love this bike. 6.7 because we're down a little hill here. Farmer out helping the roofers measure it. Measuring distance, probably getting new stone. He's got a nice car. Probably a GTO, I think it's a 66, 67. Mint condition, barely ever drives it. I see him maybe 3 times during the summer, and that thing is beautiful. There's that little barn right there. I see that other barn. He does throw in that little barn. Hey, cows. See, this farmer lets his calves with his cows. That's the way he works it. He doesn't pull the calves out the mother. Less work. Good afternoon. Doing alright. One of my neighbors. I know, hon. I'm on my way. She must not be home yet. She's calling me. .1 miles. Love it. Love it a lot. See, what I should have done was looked at my credit card when she used it, you know, during cash out, and I would have been home. It would take a half hour to get to where she was going by car, so I would have been home if I would have looked. My dumb ass, oh look, I'm too busy riding. She's probably thinking something's wrong. So I always get my phone when she calls. Not in the middle of a video. Sorry, baby. I love you. I want her to do my editing for me, but I never asked her. I think she'd be good at it. Alright, let's go. See, this is 29. This is where I came up. Going on Minor Road. And where I'm up to my house. La 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 la. Let's see if she's there yet. Probably not. She's probably around the corner. Just let me know, hey, I'm on my way. Like normal. I'll probably get up here and she might be at the house. Uh-oh. And she is. Uh-oh. No, my kid's toy. She's probably coming up around behind me when I pull in the driveway. My neighbor has an 84 Cutlass that I want. It's his dad's car. But I want it. Probably got the freaking 307 in it. I hate 307s. Those are going to be stuck for power. They're built for fuel economy. Just like the Cadillac had a 307 in it. What a clunker that was. Same engine as the 350, but smaller bore. That was Chevy's answer back in the 80s for fuel economy. After shit happened in the 70s. EPA. That's why you don't see any of those trucks no more. Because the EPA raised the standards so high for fuel mileage that to get the correct fuel mileage, they have to build bigger trucks. For the EPA. I say, hell with the EPA, give me another S10. Give me a Ford Ranger. Give me some vehicles that are worth something, you know? Small trucks, small little 4-cylinder trucks, that's all I need. I don't know no dickhead V8. Alright, I'll talk to you all later. Yep, my yard looks like shit. It's a project this summer. I'm getting a dumpster. Alright, talk to you later.